this is your plug. I'm connecting you with the right plug so that you two can be plugged in, so that you two can jackpot. Okay. Toes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode on my YouTube channel. My name is Ola, as you know, and on this channel I talk about tips on how you can study abroad. Sometimes I also do, lifestyle vlog. Sometimes I also, vlog about travel, basically anything interesting happening in my life. But to be honest, my most popular videos has always been study abroad because, everybody want to jackpot. Okay, so in today's video, I know you've seen her face before. I brought Mitchell for you again because a lot of you in the comment section, not a lot of you in the comment section, but some people in the comment section, yes, because I'm not going to say a lot of them. Some people in the comment section were like, yeah, bring her, let her come back to talk about visa, like I said in the last video. So that is why she's here today, to talk about a visa process as an undergraduate student. So if you're an undergrad student and you are wondering, people don't really talk about visa for undergrad students, this is your plug. I'm connecting you with the right plug so that you two can be plugged in, so that you two can jackpot. Okay, so yeah, so this is Mitchell. Mitchell, I know for the purpose of people that did not watch the last video, I want you to introduce yourself again.
Okay, my name is Michelle. I'm from Nigeria. I'm an undergraduate here at Miami University. This is my first year here.
Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah. So make sure you watch this video to the end. If you like this video, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to comment down below. Press that red button. That is the notification. No, that is the subscribe button. What am I saying? That's the subscribe button, and then press the bell so you'll be notified anytime I have a video coming up. Okay, so without any further ado or any further delay, let us dive right into the video. So before we even start the video, the interesting thing is, like, we are both wearing blue, which we did not plan. So trust me, this video is going to be interesting because, like, Evan decided to make us wear the same color. Keep quiet. So I'm sure it is for a purpose. I'm just being dramatic. So basically, Mitchell, I know, like, the last time, to be honest, I'm going to link the admission story here for people that care to watch it. If you feel like, I know for some people it's just the visa process that is, like, important to some people, but I'm also going to link the admission story so that for people that care to watch it, you can also watch that. So Mitchell, I know, like, we talked about you having scholarship, but it was not like a fully funded scholarship. So, like, what was the visa process for you? So, like, first off, I think you should start from, like, how you got the admission, the documents you needed for the visa process. I think that's, like, just start from there. Like, what were the documents you needed for visa?
Hopefully I remember. Okay, so
that's the point. Like, why is it that almost everybody, like, why is it that we all don't remember? Like, practically, when I was talking about my visa story, I was like, yeah, I think I did this. I'm not sure I remember. I think I did this. I'm like, oh my God, like, see what change can do to you within the twinkle of an eye. Like, and we are not pretending. Thank God this is another person coming to say she's not sure if she would remember. So it's not like I pretended then or something. Like, I legit cannot remember. So, okay.
Yeah, so when I was, like, sure I was coming to Miami now, to start my visa process, I first asked for my I-20. Yeah, you need your I-20, and then I don't know how you do it, but, like, you need your DS-160. I think that's what's called DS-160. You need to pay your service fee.
Of course.
Your service fee.
Your visa fee.
Yeah. Is that the same thing?
No, it's different. Service fee is different from visa fee.
Okay. Yeah, your visa fee. I think that's basically all. Book your appointment.
What about your admission letter?
Admission letter.
Can you see? Like, she cannot remember Jack. I'm able to reminding her.
Yeah.
She cannot remember Jack. So basically, I'm just going to reiterate what she said. You need your visa fee. You need your service fee. You need your DS-160 form that you filled for yourself, or maybe somebody filled for you, whatever. Then you need your
I-20.
I-20. The I-20 basically is like, I'm going to link a document here of what the I-20 looks like. I'm going to link it here. So that is basically what the I-20 is. Then you also need your admission letter and your bank statement.
Yes. Is that, are you asking for like when you're going for the interview?
Yes, when you're going for the interview.
Okay, yeah. When you're going for the interview, you need to carry like all documents possible.
Okay, so
like,
did you go with your...
they will not ask for all, they may not ask for all, but like, it's better to be over prepared.
Yes. Like, remember that during my own visa process, I said like I carried even my primary school certificate because I'm like, I would rather be safe than sorry. Yeah. I carried my primary school certificate because I don't even want to hear story that they will not say, okay, bring one document out, and I don't have the document. So I'm like, even though like when I told people were like I was just being extra because I'm coming for a master's, like nobody wants to know anything about my primary school, but I'm like, I would rather be safe than sorry. So that was it for me. So yeah, basically,
when I went for my interview, I carried my DS-160 I-20 admission letter, secondary school transcripts. I carried my passport, of course. I carried my SAT score. SAT score, just in case of anything. I carried SAT score. I carried bank statements. I just carried a lot of documents.
Okay, so I'm going to clarify on that SAT score that you said. So like what happened with the SAT score is that she wrote SAT pre-COVID, but she started applying post-COVID or maybe during COVID, whatever. She started applying during COVID or post-COVID, and she realized that like most schools did not require her to submit SAT. So she did not submit the SAT score. But since she had the results, so she just went to the embassy with it, just in case of anything. So yeah, so like when you got to the embassy, so like what was the process for you? Were you scared? Where did you do your interview? Basically, what happened on the day of the interview?
Okay, so on the day of the interview, so passports. One thing is passports. So when I got to the embassy, I was nervous at first. I was nervous, like, but I just wanted to get it over with. I knew it was not going to take long now, but I was like, let's just say sharp and go. So I got to the interview. There were definitely like a lot of people there. So yeah, I got in line, did this, and then when I like went through the door, the first thing they asked me for was my passport. And when they asked me my passport, I now showed them my passport, and then they were like, "Your background is not white."
Oh yeah, you didn't go with white background.
I went with a white background. I don't know what that guy was seeing. He said the background was blue.
Oh.
And the background was white, and they won't allow you pass if your background is not white. So, we cannot argue with embassy personnel.
Yes, now.
So we had to go back outside. There were people standing outside that take passports. So we went outside. We had to take new passports. I had to print them out, blah, blah, blah. Then we came back to the embassy. Then we got back inside. They approved the passports. Then I had to like go and sit down and wait for any window to open, like any embassy agent, I don't know what to call them, to open for my interview. Okay, so I walked up. They called and I walked up to them. Should I continue with the question?
They called you, like you were on the queue, or was there no queue?
Yeah, you just sit down.
You sit down in Abuja embassy?
Yeah.
In Lagos, we don't sit down. You stand up.
No, we sat down.
That's in Abuja. Yeah, I think I've heard that like in Abuja you sit down. In Lagos you don't sit. You stand like you are begging. Like this is the window. Then like on queue, so like there's something demarcating them. So like so two people will stand in front of the view. One person is the person doing the interview. Two people are behind him. Then the other people are like behind on queue. So like when the line is moving, you'll be moving on queue with your leg like that. That's how it was. So we didn't sit at all.
We sat down and waited. They were not like what the next applicant or something like that.
So you just go. So they give you number?
No, they didn't give number.
So how do you know that you're the next applicant?
They just said next.
Then anybody will just stand up.
You know their chairs like lined up. You sit down according to how you came.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, you sit down. Next, the person at the edge will go. Like that.
So I understand. So basically, when you got to the front of the VO means visa officer. So in case you see you're saying visa, in case you see you're saying VO, it means visa officer. So like when you got to the front of the VO, so like what was like the first question he asked?
Before I start, like I'm a minor, so my dad had to come. My dad had to be present for my interview, but he didn't say anything. He just had to be there for some reason. I don't know why. So, okay, when I walked up to him, he was like, "Have you ever been to the US?" And I was like, "Yeah." And said, "Why?" He was like, "Why?" I told him for the summer. He asked how long I stayed. I told him. He asked the places I visited. I told him. Then he now took my I-20, and then he was like, "Miami University, why Miami?" I told him why Miami. Then he was like, after why Miami, he was like, "What are you going to do after school?" What are you going to do after school? I told him definitely coming back to Nigeria. Even if I thought I was
definitely coming back to Nigeria because you are going back to Nigeria. Exactly, because you are going back to Nigeria. Exactly, now you are going back to Nigeria to change things now.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so like she's definitely coming back to Nigeria to change things for everybody in Nigeria, okay?
Yeah, I told him the biomedical engineering sector in Nigeria is growing and I want to come and be part of that growth. And then he was like, okay. He was like, thumbprints. I was like, I did my thumbprint. He started typing plenty. Typing. Your visa has been approved. That relief when
So how
they
did
say your
you
visa has been
feel?
approved.
So like how, because like I hear a lot of people like they tell me, and I think I also experienced it, like when you tell you your visa has been approved, like you are not even listening to anything again.
I tell you.
You're not listening to anything that's been approved. I went outside and I was like, I kept asking myself, so like you're going to the US. That's how I kept asking, because I mean she has been to the US before, like, but when I got my visa, like that was practically the first time I'll be leaving my home country, Nigeria. So I was like, so like that is it. So like that, because the interview literally did not take up to 5 minutes. So I was like, so that is it. So you've gotten your visa already. So I'm like, oh my God. Then I don't know, like I just started crying because I was just like, God, you've been so wonderful to me. So
yeah, another question he asked was who's sponsoring my education. Yeah, and then I was like, my dad, and then they asked where my dad works.
did you ask for your bank statements?
No, because when they know that you have like a stable income. I don't know if I should show my dad.
No, don't do that. So basically,
when they know that you have like a stable income, they won't ask for bank statements. But if you say something like, "Oh, my dad owns a business," that's when they'll ask, like, to make sure he's financially capable of sending it to America.
Okay, so because like and also like I just feel like the bank statement, so it's like how would I say, it's like a 50-50 chance when it comes to bank statement, like a 50-50 chance. Some people, like, even if you say your dad has a business, it depends on the view as well. They will not ask you for your bank statement. They would not ask you. So it depends on, it's like a 50-50 chance. But I'm going to say just go to the embassy with your bank statement, particularly if you have a deficit.
I know what your bank statement, it's your parents' bank statement, but know what it means. Like when they say oh my God, I forgot to, like when they say what's that thing? Stock.
I don't know. I don't go to the embassy with bank statements, so I don't know what you're talking about.
When they say things like stock, those things are like your parents have invested in or something like
shares.
that. No, not shares. But Shasha, just understand what the bank statement is.
Yes, just like you can ask your parents, like maybe when it's out, you can ask your parents and be like, yeah, like explain your bank statement to
bonds,
me.
Yeah,
bonds. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can be like, explain this thing to me. Yeah, and also, I think another thing that is also very important, because I know I've heard of somebody that went to the embassy and then they were like, who is sponsoring you?
Yeah.
He said, my dad. They were like, okay, what does your dad do? He said, an engineer. They said, what type of engineer? Then he could not answer. So like I know, like, it is normal. I don't know if to say it is normal, but like you might not know the type of engineering your dad is doing, but like always ask them, especially when you're going to they expect you to know everything, because if you don't know it, or if you try to stutter or do something, they just automatically feel like you are lying. If they ask you, what job is your dad doing? Because to me, I just felt like, because they rejected the guy eventually, because to me, I just felt like maybe the VO thought that I was lying about his dad's profession. Because why would you say your dad is an engineer? You don't know the type of engineer your dad is. So always ask questions. Ask your dad, like, if you're an engineer, okay, what type of engineer are you? What do you do? Like, when you go to work, what do you do? What do you do with that engineering? Like, what are the things you do, so that you'll be able to defend yourself? Because to be honest, I'm not going to say that the visa process is something that is much of a big deal, though it is, because I'm not going to lie. When I also wanted to go for visa, it was kind of scary. I'm not going to lie. Like, this is unfiltered. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to say that with visa, you just need to let all your story, all the story you want to say, like tell the story to yourself and ask yourself, does this story make sense? Because at times you are genuine but you don't even know how to express yourself. That is what I'm going to say. So like tell the story to yourself, keep asking yourself, this story that I want to go and stay at the embassy, does it make sense? Tell your friend those stories, ask them like, what I just told you, does it make sense? So with that way, like, you will know what you are saying. You will know if you yourself, if you were to be the visa officer, if you would grant yourself visa. So that is it. So basically I think that is it. So you got a visa.
Yeah, and also try not to lie at the embassy. Like,
yeah,
they can find out, and if they find out, they will deport you from America.
Yeah,
Like, especially like about your parents' profession, or like, I don't know, but just try not to lie.
so yeah, try not to lie. And also, like, I don't want to say even if you want to lie, like don't say exaggerated lie. That's what I'm going to say. Because like there's I don't know why I'm just saying so many examples, because before I went for my visa, like I read a lot of transcript online, and then there was this guy that said his school, like, was coming to a school, and like when you convert it to naira, it was like 12 million naira. And they were like, who is sponsoring you? He said, my uncle. I know, like, that's what a lot of people say, my uncle is sponsoring me.
Or my company.
Or my company. So it was like, so the video was like, yeah, your uncle is sponsoring you. Like, how much does your uncle earn in a month? Then he said 1 million naira. Like, look at that story. It doesn't make sense. So your uncle will save 12 months of his salary to pay for your school fees, like on a monthly.
And it's not even your father.
And it's not even your father. Like, he has his own children. Like, no matter what you've done for your uncle is earning 1 million and he wants to pay a school fees of 12 million naira. Like, it is not connecting at all. It is not. So like, if you want to say your story, make sure that those story, like, you've aligned it and you've connected all the dots together, and you keep asking yourself, if I'm the VO, will I grant myself this visa? Like, with all the story that I just analyzed, will I be able to grant myself visa? So that is it. But like, visa interview is not, and you also have to be confident. I'm going to say that over and over again. You have to be confident. You have to pray. I know a lot of people will be like, yeah, it's not prayer, but whatever you believe in, pray to the whatever you believe in. You have to pray. You have to be confident. You have to.
Yeah, don't stammer.
I'm not going to say don't stammer.
Don't stammer.
Because at times when you are tense, you stammer, but like...
No, you're not supposed to show that you're tense.
Yeah, but you also, that's true. You also don't want to show that you are tense. So like, don't stammer. Don't
I'm
stammer.
looking to the eyes of the person.
Yes,
even if my officer, my view, my viewer was not like looking at me. He was just like typing and asking me questions.
Yes, but like, don't look down. Like, just look straight up and be looking at them. Show confidence. Show them that you are confident. My cousin used to say something that I'm going to say before we end this video. My cousin used to tell me something that even if you are saying nonsense, be confident in your nonsense. Even if maybe like the question the viewer asks you, you are not prepared for it, but you also have to answer it. Just be confident in whatever you say. And another thing that they do at the embassy is they ask you about the course you are going to study. So if there's a particular course that you are going to study, research all areas of that course. If it is biomedical engineering, what is bio? What is medical? I don't know anything about biomedical engineering, but what is engineering? Like, look for common terms in that field that you can even see at the embassy, and make sure you know it, because when you say something, they might ask you for more clarification. So make sure you also know what you are saying. But even if you are saying nonsense, like, if the viewer asks you a question you didn't prepare for, and you know that like you're not so confident in your answer, still show that you are confident, because it shows them that you know what you are saying. So basically that is it. And to everybody, okay.
And don't give long answers. The interview is supposed to be short. Don't talk too much.
Yeah, I think for this it depends on the view, because like for some views, like when you start giving them long answer, you are looking at them, so you can read their containers. You can because for some people, like they like the long answer. For some people, like, they like it when you have long answers. But with long answers, what I'm going to say is, if you have, like, for instance, if they ask you why school, and you have like 4 answers for this is why I chose this school, make sure that the first 2 are your strongest points, because the view might not allow you to finish. So make sure that the first 2 reasons you are saying, they are very, very strong. Don't go and say, I chose this school because of ranking, except if the school is like part of the top 10 in America. That's when you can say you chose this school because of ranking. Don't say that. There are other reasons why you chose a school. What if it is not ranked high? There are other reasons why you chose to study in this school. So make sure you are researching. Make sure you are researching in depth, because like I just hear a lot of funny reasons why people are choosing school. Somebody legit told me that the reason I chose this school because the lecturer recommended it to me. I'm like, so you don't have a personal reason for choosing this school? You don't have a personal reason for choosing to go to this school? Anybody can recommend anything to you. Anybody can recommend anything to you. You have to have your own reason. Even after recommendation, why did you choose this school? There has to be a reason why you chose this school. I said yes, it is a valid point, but this should not be your strongest point. This should be part of like the additional points that you have. So basically that is it. Do you have any other things to say?
No. Okay, one more thing. You can say when they ask you like why this school, you can also say that if they give you the biggest scholarship, it's okay to say that they gave you the biggest scholarship. It's fine.
Yes.
Because
yes, it is okay to say that. Okay. Because like when
there's nothing to be ashamed
when they asked me like why Miami, I was like, yeah, like even though like all the schools I applied to give me admission, that was the first thing I said, so that this person will know that, hey, this girl is credible. I was like, yeah, all the schools I applied to give me admission with scholarship. So it was I was kind of very indecisive when making this decision, because like all the schools gave me admission and I researched in depth to make my choices, and I saw that like, blah 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 blah. But if you have like a scholarship, you can be like, yes, aside from the fact that this school gave me this admission, I also chose this school. Aside from the fact that this school gave me scholarship, I also chose this school because you don't just choose school because of scholarship. Why it is okay to say you choose them because of scholarship, but you also don't just choose them because of scholarship. So a way you can approach that is, aside from the fact that this school gave me scholarship that covered my blah 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 blah, I also chose this school because of this and this and this and this and this and that. So basically that is it. So I hope we've been able to answer your question, and to everyone going to the embassy for a job interview, for visa interview, we wish you all the best, and we are excited to hear about your testimonies. So make sure you write those testimonies to me, okay? Don't keep testimonies to yourself, okay? Write testimonies to me. I'm going to put my email on the screen, so make sure you are sharing those testimonies with me, and we will see you in the US, because this US, we have to see each other. So till we see you in our next video. Bye.